Well, there's lots of people from number 1 to 24 who haven't been on the street in many years. So as you walk up and down, introduce yourself.
Sorry.
Because some of us are starting to change hair colour, of course, purposely. Some of us are losing it, or whatever. But don't be afraid to introduce yourself.
Well, I'm joined here now by Noel McCarran, who's been away. How long have you been away, Noel?
It'll be 53 years in September.
So you left Owen Roe a long, long time ago. What's your memories of Owen Roe then?
Oh God, that's a full.
And even took their final bow. It was originally unofficially called Quality Street, but that never sealed the deal. So it was named after the great Irish rebel, Owen Roe O'Neill. Owen Roe Terrace, as its well-known name to date, where everyone knew each other well and the hour to call was never too late.
The water pump was out back at first, and when it broke down, everyone near died of thirst. They had to replace it at number 9, but they put it in the front this time. Our Granny Simpson's number 11 door was always knocked, and each one would shout, "What time is it there on your clock?" They'd call for the newspapers and more besides, especially when there was a new baby to arrive.
At the back of Owen Roe, the Connachers' land could be found, where some of the families fed themselves by tilling that fertile ground. But as the years went by, it was dug up for houses to be sold, and so came about the estates of St. Martin's and also John Paul's.
I grew up in Owen Roe Terrace, the place I still love and cherish. It was always full of laughter and fun, and us, the children, forever on the run. We laughed, we played, we skipped, we jumped. We didn't want to go indoors, and when we did, it was always with the hump. We knew the families from 1 to 24, and each one had a different door, that we used to knock and run away until we got caught, and then we had to pay. From Pat the Boners to Cassidy's Corner, you couldn't find anyone that was stronger than Paddy Keys in number 14. He'd come out in his vest and was looking real mean. Mrs. Aguli in number 20 sang the famous Kathleen Mavourneen aplenty. From morning till night she twiddled her thumbs, and us up and down banging on our drums. On summer's day the street was full with mums and dads and kids and toys. The sun would shine and we would play from early morning till the end of day.
My memories as a child are of sweltering summers, melting ice lollies galore, sitting on the doorsteps, the sills, or in the cool of the shuck or the shore. The street would be buzzing, families, pets, everyone all of a tizzy. To get from one end of the street, sure your head would be dizzy. Running from number 1 right round the corner railings of number 24, I felt you could see forever from my grandparents' number 11 front door. At Halloween we called to trick or treat at all the 24 doors, and on Sundays you could feel Breffni Park vibrate with tumultuous roars. Mind you, there were doors which we never crossed the line, so we inadvertently avoided the grey mottled door of number 9. So many departed from the street to meet their eternal maker, and I know he has welcomed them with open arms, the goodly people from the Conacher.
I lived in Owen Roe until I was wed, and I always will come back, and I will till I'm dead.
Thank you very much. This is a few lines I threw together for this great occasion here. And what a great occasion, and you people should be proud of yourselves to put on a do like this. This is called Ode to Owen Roe Terrace. Down the street of my childhood I wandered, and my mind it went back to the past, to a time when we lived in these houses, where the mould of my whole life was cast. I thought of the neighbours, God bless them, now nearly all dead and gone. I remembered the children I played with, the games and the fun and the song. At times there was hunger and hardship, many times there was sorrow and pain, but somehow our parents struggled through it. Not to do so was nobody's gain. In the past 100 years, many left us. People died or just moved away, but the lure of the red brick stayed with them. in the hope that they'd visit one day. So now, friends, please raise your glasses, drink a toast and say hip, hip, hooray to Owen Roe Terrace, the street of our forefathers, and to the people who live here today.
It means. I was in the post office one day. I was withdrawing some money from my confirmation money, and Mary Price told me my account was closed a long time ago. But anyway, she says, "Hi, boy, you were born in Owen Roe," and she says, "About time you got your face on Facebook." So I tried, and eventually I managed to get a few photographs on, and looking through it over the last number of days, it's between a mixture of happiness and sorrow and sadness that I look back over all the photographs. And certainly when he started picking them out of our pen, so to speak, when I think of Terry Hand, I think of Marion Loughlin, Michael Loughlin, Ria Kays, and they're just from my age group. There's been lots more have departed long before that sort of pen, as I describe it. But as I say, it's a mixture of sadness, happiness that I'm here today. And Owen Roe has many, many happy and indeed some sad memories of people that have gone on their journey long before me, and I haven't been called home yet, thank goodness. But I've been, to be here today is just absolutely fantastic. There were several things I had, when I was sitting down there were several things I had in mind to say, and now that I'm up here, I can't think of it. Just to remind you that there was only one street light at number 14, and there was a crowd of us. I see Margaret McCarthy here today, Margaret, Linda, myself, Jerry Price, and we all used to gather around the street light, and indeed Paddy used to come out in his vest and scatter us from time to time, but we always came back anyway. There was a few of us that weren't inclined to hang under the street lights. We were more inclined for the darkness than the light. But there could be 20 or 30 kids outside the one street light, and that went off at 12 o'clock at night, and then the street was plunged into darkness. And indeed many's the night I came home after 12 as well. And indeed many's the night I came home when it was daylight. I didn't need any street lights. But then the other lights there was another street light at the bottom of the middle pass, as we called it, and another one at the top steps. And then who'll remember at number 1 on cold frosty nights, we used to hang around the gable because there was a fire lit and the heat used to come out from the gable, and there'd be a crowd of us warming our backsides against the gable of number 1. And then there'd be 25 aside soccer along the middle road, as we called it. The middle road, as we call it, and there'd be 25 aside. It'd probably be 20 half time, 40 the winner, and it'd go on for hours and hours and hours and then we'd have tents up on the Conacher. We'd be competing with horses and donkeys and goats, but we'd have our tents and cowboys and Indians. So, I'd love to have the literary skills of Cavan McDermott to be able to put all that down in writing. So maybe we'll organise something, and everybody will, after Kathleen and Linda and her relations put that lovely poem together, that maybe we will be able to put some sort of a thing together, even if it's only a blog or something, or on Twitter as they call it these days. I'm not into Twitter, but we'll be able to organise something. But if we could put it down, because it is, history just doesn't happen to other people. It's our history, and we own it and we belong to it. And I'm just a proud Owen Roe man here today. So that's all. This has been unrehearsed, and I hope I've made sense. I'll leave it at that.
But I'm one of them. We've all leaders here. Every one of us, from number 1 up to 24, everybody should be proud of themselves today. The work they put in, night and day, from the beginning to the end. We started this committee up in the community centre there in January, and I think it was 12 or 14. Our last meeting last week, we had nearly 24. So it turned out great. So I'd like to thank Father Donoghue for a lovely sermon. Brilliant, very nice, very friendly. But it should be. Years ago and all, and thank them too. So again, I thank everybody, one and all, and if anybody forgot, thank you too. So I'll hand you over to the boss, Mary.
Thanks, Peter. I want to thank everybody that's here now for turning up today. And thank the committee, they were brilliant. Great workers, even put me out of bed this morning at 6:30. We couldn't get Chopper out at that time, but that's another thing. But, and thanks to all behind the scenes, all the ones that worked who weren't on the committee, Noel, Keith, and other ones on the street, Patrick,
Dennis.
well they were on the committee, and Dennis, and everybody threw in their hand at the last minute anyway. And I want to wish Auntie Mary a very happy birthday. And also Cavan. We'll celebrate that later.
No drink.
And I want to thank Father Cavan Donohoe for the lovely mass he did. And Reverend Mark Lidwell for coming as well. And I want to thank all the politicians who came. They got a very short notice, but at least they came. And I hope everyone enjoys themselves. And yeah, Jackie, thanks for using your decking. You were the only one who had it, so. And your electricity. And that's all. Enjoy yourselves, everybody. And there's
Noel McKiernan, boys and girls. Thomas O'Rourke, I see there as well.
I can't say a lot, but this used to be my old stomping ground here. But it's lovely to be back after over 50 years. And a lot of people faces I don't know, but I'll come round here. But it's too emotional to be here. Thanks for having me, and good luck.
Richie, how you doing? Tommy's doing a great job.
Oh, the towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. Let's you all join in, everyone. I often walk on the streets before, but the pavements all stray beneath my feet before. Several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where
Now joined by the O'Rourke family. We're outside number 7, Owen Roe. And we have Tommy and Billy here, and they're going to tell us a bit about the history of how long they've lived here, how long their mum and dad lived here. And Billy, tell us the story here.
Well, I was born in this room here to my left. I was the only one in the family who was born in number 7. Thomas was born up in number 12, Owen Roe. Joseph and Sean, they were born pre-him. And when I was a year and a half, I went up to number 12. I was reared by my Auntie Mary, whose birthday is today. And then I lived there until I got married. And I bought number 22, Owen Roe, when I got married. I lived there for 10 years, and now I'm living in Kilnavara.
And tell me, what about yourself?
I lived here all my life, and 26 years of age. I left here when I was 26 years to get married, and that was all. I was born number 12, Owen Roe.
And you've great memories of Owen Roe.
Great memories, yeah. Great neighbours, great friends, yes. Best.
The crack was good. Well, maybe we'll see you in another 100 years.
Hopefully.
I don't think so.
Many thanks, lads.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mark.
I don't know what.
have an iron one and one side of it. Paul, go with the camera.
Marty, how are you? That's lovely.
Be with that. I'm looking at photographs down there. Go away. Go away, Paul. People living in.
Doesn't matter, no, it doesn't matter.
Paul, have you that on?
Tell me the baby. I want to see the baby.
Oh, get away.
Julia, Pat, Mary, Anne, Jetta, Cynthia.
These are the Kennys. What number are we at?
Number 8. Kenny Girls.
Kenny girls.
7 girls, 3 boys. 3 brothers.
Are we all born in this house?
Yes. No. I was born in 2. I remember Jacinta being born. I do remember Jacinta being born, and I do remember the nurse coming and Anne with her bag and me saying, the nurse has brought me another baby.
Tommy said he was sent up to the Conakry to play Cowboys and Indians when he came back with a big black head and cat.
Yeah. And when I was born, Mommy said that Tommy came running down to the room with a haircut for my hair. I must have loads of long black hair. What happened to us?
And I remember Mrs. Duffy coming up, and the next thing was I thought she was visiting and she left her baby and went home.
Another one.
Only 10 of them.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
Margaret. That's Margaret McCarthy. That's Natalie McCarthy.
And her sister.
Anna McCarthy. This is Jared Walsh down the park.
I think I know him.
Better know his bullet. Better know his bullet.
You'll have to keep this.
It's great, isn't it? Great day. Just fabulous day. That's what it is.
Where are you living now?
I live in Couthill. Yes. 45 years living over there.
And I'm down living in Cork, and I'm back for my treasured memories.
And I got from Cork after 40 years. And that's my husband over there.
Good man.
It's Cork, man.
Donald, good man. How far did you come?
Oh, I come a long way. And
They can walk.
I had to get a taxi here.
How are you doing? I'm Bill. Are you well? Good to see you.
Did you take a photograph of me?
I am. I'm filming you. It's better again.
My father used to sit on Molly Gun dance for us. And he'd have you dancing for him.
She doesn't know you're taking it.
What's your Christian name?
Better again.
Huh?
Helen.
Molly, look up.
The man in the camera. Hello. It'll be a horrible one anyway.
It's a crowd. Come on, do you hear that applause? Wow! He's stealing the show here today, ladies and gentlemen. Father Cavan, let's see him.
I'm sorry.